A Senate committee has called on the federal government to crack down on the burgeoning coal seam gas industry. The inquiry has looked at the impacts of CSG on the Murray-Darling Basin. It's made 24 recommendations, hoping to strike a balance between miners and farmers.
From Roma to Narrabri, the Senate committee heard the concerns of worried regional communities.
We don't think the current legislation will protect us.
Now the committee has handed down an interim report urging tougher regulation of the controversial CSG industry.
All parties have now come on board and realised that this is a serious issue. There's some major legal issues that need redressing, and that the states really haven't been doing such a great job.
The industry's got well ahead of the knowledge of the long-term impacts.
Some of the 24 recommendations are setting up a national regulatory framework, a moratorium on Commonwealth approvals for projects in part of the Great Artesian Basin, and an independently managed trust funded by gas companies to fix any future problems.
I wouldn't like to think that we look back in 100 years, our grandkids, and say, how did those stupid buggers back in whatever allow this to happen if it destroys, unintentionally, the agricultural capacity of Australia.
In a win for farmers, the Senate committee wants CSG production and exploration banned on certain agricultural land.
We've just got to say that good quality farmland is off limits. It's simply too precious to risk.
It also says gas companies should get approval from farmers before going onto their properties.
For too long, landholders have been on the back foot in terms of rights.
The peak body for gas companies says the industry and governments are already addressing a number of issues raised in the report. And it's pointed out the sector employs more than 9,000 people, many of them in rural areas. The federal government has 3 months to respond. Emma Pollard, ABC News, Brisbane.